Welcome to Lightspeed's video support. I'm Matt, here to show you how to set up the Lightspeed All-in-one Receipt Printer. The Lightspeed All-in-one Receipt Printer, also known as the Epson M30III, is a receipt printer capable of connecting via Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, LAN, and USB. The M30III is a thermal printer, which makes it perfect for your front-of-house use because it's fast and quiet. If you've purchased your printer from Lightspeed, it will be capable of using all connection types. However, if you got it elsewhere, it may support fewer connections. This video will cover the physical and back office setup of the printer. Before we begin setting up your printer, let's make sure you have everything you need. In the box you'll find the Lightspeed All-in-one Receipt Printer, power cable and adapter, and a roll of receipt paper. A USB-C or an iPad connection cable for USB connections, and an Ethernet cable for LAN connections are also included with your printer. Now, let's start by setting up your printer and powering it on. First, remove the back and bottom panels. You can now access the ports on the back of the printer. Next, connect the power cable to the power adapter. Then, plug the adapter into a wall outlet. Finally, insert the other end of the power cable into the port on the back of the printer. At this point, you can either reattach the back and bottom panels, or leave them off if you still need access to the ports. Once it's plugged in, press the power button to turn the printer on. Now we'll insert the receipt paper. Start by lifting up the cover release on the top of the printer to open the cover. Next, insert the paper roll into the printer with the paper feeding from beneath the roll like this. Leave some sticking out and then close the cover. Your printer is now set up. Let's run through the rest of the required setup and connect the printer to your back office and POS. A local area network, or LAN, plugs directly into your router with an Ethernet cable, ensuring a stable and reliable network connection. An Ethernet cable is provided, but make sure it's long enough to connect from your printer to your router. Now, let's connect your printer. With the printer turned off, remove its panels, and then plug one end of the Ethernet cable into the network port on the back of the printer. Then, connect the other end of the Ethernet cable to an open numbered port on your router. Power the printer back on and wait for a status sheet to print. If nothing prints, you'll need to manually trigger the status sheet. To do that, open the paper roll cover and hold the feed button until the paper light on the front of the printer starts blinking. Pull the paper past the cutter and close the cover on the paper and wait for a printout labeled Next Action. On the printout, you'll need to select the Simple AP action. The Simple AP sheet contains both your MAC and IP addresses. To do that, quickly press the feed button 5 times, then hold it for at least 1 second until the Simple AP sheet prints. This sheet contains your printer's network information, which is used to add your printer to the back office. Set it aside for later. Now, let's set the printer up in the back office. Sign in, and on the navigation side menu, go to Configuration, Printing, Printers. Then click Add Printer. Start by giving your printer a name. For this example, we'll use Lightspeed Printer. Then click the drop-down next to Drivers and choose Epson M30 LAN Wi-Fi. Since the printer will be connected to your network, we'll need to enter either its IP address or its hardware or MAC address, found on the Simple AP sheet we printed. We'll use the hardware or MAC address since it's supported for Epson printers and never changes. If you enter the IP address instead, you'll need to set a static IP on the printer, or create a DHCP reservation on your router. You can visit our Help Center for more information. Finally, click Save, and you'll see your newly added printer listed here. Now that your printer has been set up, added to your back office and network, let's go to your POS and do a test print to make sure everything's working. On your Lightspeed Restaurant app, reload the configuration. Once your POS is reloaded, go to Settings, and then Printing Center. You'll see your newly added printer listed here. Tap Print Test. And if everything's been set up correctly, your printer will print out a test sheet. You're now ready to configure your print settings in the back office to start printing receipts or order tickets. For more info on the Lightspeed All-in-one Receipt Printer, or any additional information such as setting up printing profiles or production centers, visit our K-Series Help Center.